Alright, guys, it's story time. And the title of it is kind of long, but it's also in the words of the song. The song was Walla Walla by The Offspring. Look it up. Or I may just put the link of the song down below, who knows. But my point is this. This happened back about maybe early 2000 ish, maybe late 99. Like I said, I don't know. My early 20s were all blur. It was all not really sex, drugs, rock and roll. It was always beer, party, money, and everything else. Of course, money was always tricky, and I had to ask my boss on my podunk machine shop job. It's like, can I borrow $20 to pour beer or something? And yeah, he did, but I did pay him back. But either way, it was a cluster cuss. It was a cluster cuss and a half. But before I forget, while we're talking about beer, beer. It was good. But either way, this happened. I mean, usually when it's like me and my old friend Bob, not my husband Bob, but that friend Bob is dead. My husband's still alive, so let's just clarify that right now. He had his own car, and we would rotate about who would be driving who would be driving each day. It was his turn to drive, and at the time he had an '84 Cadillac Cimarron, which was it was a decent car, but the engine just ran high. The idle ran high and everything, but either way, usually if I was ready to go, it's like I would take the car and he would walk home because the bar was close to my old house. But needless to say, I decided not to go home. I decided to hit the Goodwill shop. Yeah. And this Goodwill shop, which is now closed, it's been closed for the last few years. In fact, it was the one that was a 99-cent outlet, then they closed that, then it became like a Crunch Fitness Center, and I don't know what it is now, and I don't really give a flip. But my point is this, I went there, and the manager, I never really liked him. He always had that sneaky suspicion about me. And one time, that night, he was right. But my point is this. I go to the VCR section and whatever, and they wanted $25 for a VCR, which at the time was reasonable, but here's the kicker. First off, it was a Fisher. And we all know Fisher VCRs were garbage. We had several of them over the years. Two, it didn't work. And I was actually trying to be the hero because why the hell was that Goodwill shop managed by that manager, his last name is Cooper, I don't know his first name, and it escapes me right now, and I don't really give a flip, that why would they sell a paperweight? So yeah, I decided, you know what? Fuck this shit. And I think I was wearing a long jacket. I can't, like I said, I think it was. Because it was probably a cool evening. But either way, I was gently kind of took away. And here I am, walking away. And then all of a sudden, it's like, sir, can you come back here? And then there was a part of me that sure just dropped it and ran. But me being the doting professional that I was, and yeah, it wasn't fun. Cops got called. They determined that I'm not capable to drive, so I had to call for a ride home. Yeah. Needless to say, my younger brother Robert and my mother came and was like, what the fuck was wrong with you? And then I begged my mother to just slap me, and she ended up getting arrested. Even though I asked for it. But, yeah. And then after I got back home, it's like I let it settle, fed Trubbies, and then hooked back to the Goodwill shop to get the car. I know. Not my strong standpoint. In fact, it wasn't really a good strong standpoint. In fact, it wasn't nothing. I had to ask myself, what was I fucking thinking? I was young, immature, not thinking straight. Of course, nowadays, if you can find a VCR, they're practically going to give them to you. Hell, I guess, hell, that one in the title, I picked it up at the Salvation Army store for $5 the other day. But that's not the point at hand. Point is, I didn't think straight at the time. And, yeah. Tune in tomorrow for the conclusion of the story. So, next time, whatever it is, I'm Eskie. Thanks for watching. Count Box is open.